So it's been a few weeks, and Midjourney version 8.1 has come out, and a lot of people out there are saying that it's fixed the aesthetic problems that came with version 8. But I decided I want to take my time with this a bit to really find this out for myself, because I don't entirely agree that the aesthetic is 100% back. But I'm going to explore and show you what I mean today in this video. But I'm also going to touch on a few more updates and what you can expect from Midjourney in the future. But straight up, these images here were made using version 8, but I used the same prompt for version 8.1 and got this. So straight away, just from that one example, you can see there's been a massive improvement. And if you don't already know, you do need to head to the alpha.midjourney.com website, at least at the time of releasing this video, to use 8.1. And we come over the right here to the settings, and where it says version, we can choose 8.1 or 8, and you have the choice between standard and HD mode, or standard and raw, and all the other usual options. And then naturally, you just type in your prompt, same as you normally would, and then you can also do things like set your aspect ratio, so I'll go 16:9. You can bring the stylization up, change a few of the other settings down here, but again, if I just submit, we get a pretty solid group of images, and they all look pretty sharp. But check out the difference when I decide to come back and click on the same prompt, but this time I go from 8.1 to 8 and submit that. They look okay, but they're just not as interesting and dynamic as what we got with version 8.1. But it really comes down to personal preference at this stage. So what about the aesthetics of version 8.1? Are we actually back now? Well, I've got a few images I want to show you. We're going to compare it with version 8.1 as well as version 7 to show you that it's a little bit of a mixed bag. So with the same prompt and square aspect ratio, you can see here that 8.1 definitely has more of a particular style to it than version 8. But when I switch over to version 7, I do think they're a little bit more equal. Not the same, but definitely equal. But we do need to try a little bit more variety of images. So I've moved on to some ukiyo-e style artwork, an advert for an iPhone. Keep in mind, all these images, I've turned my personal profile off. And the image in version 8 is actually closer to the style, but 8.1 is far more interesting. Switching to version 7, and we get the correct kind of imagery and style, but it's just a little less interesting than 8.1. But still, I think that version 8 was actually probably the most accurate of the three in this particular lineup. So then I, of course, had to try my favorite artist, HR Giga, with a woman's face, so something simple, and 8.1 gets the style. Version 8 kind of vaguely applies something. It's not quite right. But version 7 gets it a little bit closer again, although a little bit warmer, but you can see how that aesthetic seems to be a little bit more equal. So I decided to do the woman's face with more of an award-winning photography style, and again, I'm choosing the best that comes out from all these grids. And again, 8 just kind of looks plain compared to 8.1, but version 7 is a little bit more interesting. However, seems a little bit cliche and not quite as organic as 8.1, so it's definitely been a step up from version 7 to 8.1 in this example. And for this Caravaggio Baroque style painting of an old man wearing sunglasses, you notice that 8 just looks a little bit plain, whereas 8.1 really tends to hit it on the head. But I do think that version 7 is a little bit more true, stylized, and looks more like an actual painting. So you can see how we're bouncing around from model to model for what's the best choice. This VHS glitch effect looks pretty decent in 8.1, very flat in 8, very uniform. Version 7, I think, is the best and most interesting image. And finally, another artist, we have Baczynski style. So in 8.1, this was the only image in the grid that really matched it, but it looks good. Whereas 8, it was just a plain photo for every single one. Move to 7, and we get that style back again. So I would say that 8.1 and 7 are definitely equal for this last result. But overall, I would say that version 8.1 completely destroys version 8, and it is almost equal to version 7. The aesthetic of version 7 I still think is superior, but the trade-off for the intelligence that comes with 8.1, it's a solid 90 to 95% of version 7. So I still think that's a win. But also, if you want to see what the intelligence of the model is like, I will share my previous video at the end of this one, so you can check that out. But on top of that, people are out there raving about GPT Image 2 and Nano Banana. How does 8.1 compare to those two image models as well? Because those image models are more intelligence-based, but the aesthetic of Midjourney has always been its strong suit. So let's compare and see what we got. Now, I already concluded that GPT-2 pretty much has a better aesthetic than Nano Banana. This one looks great, a little bit different, whereas Nano Banana tends to look a little bit cartoony. And I've noticed that if you go across the board with a lot of these, including the ukiyo-e style, GPT-2 gets that aged look quite well. It's actually probably closer in this instance, whereas Nano Banana starts to look a little bit cartoony, and it just doesn't quite match up. And again, HR Giga, I love what GPT-2 has done. I actually prefer it in this particular instance, whereas Nano Banana, again, looking a little bit cartoony. But so far, 8.1 I think has been on par with GPT-2. But when I get to the woman's face, I do think 8.1 definitely performed better here. But surprisingly enough, Nano Banana, I think, outperformed GPT-2 in this particular instance. But switching over to the Caravaggio style image, 8.1, definitely better than GPT-2 and definitely better than Nano Banana 2, which looks, again, just not quite right. But in the next shot, I think GPT-2 has a neater look to it. Very cool, but they're still very similar. I prefer pretty much both of them to Nano Banana 2, just simply doesn't look right. But the Baczynski image, both of these look solid. Dead on. GPT-2 looks a little sharper, also though a little bit noisier. And Nano Banana a little bit too clean, but gets the aesthetic right. But I think 8.1 has a better balance overall for this particular image. So it appears that 8.1 and GPT-2 are pretty even, but there is one thing to consider about GPT-2 is it does still have a little bit of a yellow tint to most of the images. And this again, personal preference, you're going to be going between Midjourney and GPT-2 because some people are going to prefer one, some people are going to prefer the other. I personally think that if you're still looking for the best aesthetics out there, that Midjourney has the most dynamic look to its images. So while version 8.1 is actually more intelligent, which I touched on in the previous video back when we looked at version 8.0, I do believe that Nano Banana and GPT Image 2 are probably still the more intelligent models, but there is a little bit of a spectrum where you kind of go between these three models, and what you get is on one side of the spectrum you have intelligence, on the other side you have aesthetics. It seems to me, at least at this point in time, if you want higher aesthetics, you go for the less intelligent model of the three, but if you want more intelligence, you go more towards the higher level of intelligence but less aesthetics of Nano Banana 2. But in the meantime, Midjourney have also updated the describe feature, which is a little bit more accurate, and we'll touch on that in a second, but also the ability to shorten prompts. So if I have a prompt that is just entirely way too long, which is probably not ideal in the first place, it will come up here saying long prompt. And if I click on that, it will explain that it will actually adjust the prompt for the model, which may increase a bit of variability. So if I have this long prompt, which is several paragraphs, and I submit it, you can see I have my image, but when I open it up, the prompt over here has been shortened. It's still quite long, but they've definitely brought a lot of the paragraphs out of it. And if I put the two side by side, you can see just how much of the text has been cut out and condensed, and it's still tried its best to actually keep the content of the prompt enough so you get the image you're after. But coming back, if we want to use the describe function, which has now been improved, if I drag an image onto the screen, this describe window appears here. Now I've got the Nano Banana Baczynski image. If I drop that in there, it will think about it and produce 4 different prompts based off that image and what it can see. So now if I click here, I can click run all prompts, or I can just simply use one at a time, but we'll run all of them. You can see we get some really, really eye-catching imagery here, and it looks fantastic. Now, another tool they've added with version 8.1 is the ability to run your images in HD mode. As you know, with version 8, we had a standard mode and a HD mode. So now if I open up one of my images I made with SD mode with version 8.1, I can now click on a button to run it in HD mode. But the problem is that it does tend to process the image a little bit further, and it can change quite dramatically from standard to high definition mode. And from left to right here, you can see there's not huge differences, except that final image was the only image that looked close to the style I actually wanted, and that's the one that seemed to change the most. So you're not always going to get what you're after. So this is kind of like replacing the upscaler for now with something that doesn't work as well, which is a little bit funny. But an upscaler is coming, so hopefully that sorts out that issue for the future. Now there's still a little bit more that is covered in the update on the Midjourney website. I'm going to touch on that right now quickly, and that is that version 8.1 has a consistent and familiar aesthetic to version 7, so we've actually already tested that out, as you've seen before, but HD mode is now 3 times faster and cheaper, and standard resolution is now 50% faster and 25% cheaper. So that means what we're getting is better value for our money, so I'm really happy to see that also when looking at some of these updates. Another thing you might notice also of version 8.1 is that you cannot use omni-reference at this stage. A lot of the features are there, but I imagine that as these things get sort of ticked off and fixed up, when they go public, most of the features should be back, so we'll see how that goes. Now, they're also looking at improving the Midjourney editor, but a lot of people, especially after using Nano Banana 2 and ChatGPT, they like the idea of being able to simply type in what it is they want to see changed. So I think there's going to be more of that included in the editor, but I do hope they still have that visual interface, because a lot of us people who have grown up using things like Photoshop, we like that layer of control, being able to put things exactly where we want them. So hopefully when that comes out, they're able to kind of find the balance between the two, and we get a new and improved Midjourney editor. Now, the plan is, and always has been, to basically turn off version 8. It is on the Alpha website, and they are still trying to fine-tune this, but 8.1 is definitely a massive step forward. I do also think that it's not necessarily better than version 7 when it comes to aesthetics, but at least it's much closer, and it's a little bit more preference-based at this point. So my suggestion really is, we're at that point now where it's not necessarily about using the latest version to get the best results. It's about sort of going between, say, version 7 and version 8.1 to basically choose which aesthetic you prefer. So this is where it's becoming a little bit more variety based, because the images have been pretty solid for a long time, and I do think this upgrade just gives us another great option. I still would recommend running with it first, because if you get something you like, there are going to be small increases in quality, and the intelligence for your prompt is definitely going to be a bit better, especially if you're relying on something like conversation mode. And if you're not sure what conversation mode is, there's a little button up top you can turn on, and it's kind of like using a chatbot instead of actually just prompting for your image, and it tends to be a little bit more intelligent in interpreting your instructions. But overall, I still recommend floating between the two, between version 8.1 and version 7 to get the best results. But otherwise, what have your thoughts been so far? Have you been playing with version 8.1? I want to know if you have found it to be better, worse, or maybe even just trending sideways from version 7. Leave your thoughts in a comment below. And also, when version 8 becomes public and they change the system and the layout of the website, I am going to update my Midjourney course, so be on the lookout for that also. But otherwise, that's the video for today, guys, and I hope you found it useful. If you did, please consider giving the video a like. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.